Hi, this is Deb Heinzman presenting on the theoretician I chose, Joe Bowler, mathematics researcher and educator, mathematics education researcher. This is a picture of Dr. Bowler and myself. I was fortunate to get a picture with her when she was the keynote speaker at the first CMC math conference I ever attended in December of 2017. A little bit about Dr. Bowler. It's a short bit from her biography. She has quite a bio. She was born and raised in England in 1964. She taught secondary school there when she graduated from college, and also got her master's degree and PhD from King's College in London. As a matter of fact, her PhD won an award that year for the best dissertation in her country. She came to Stanford in 1998. She stayed there pretty much since then. She now serves as the Nomalini and Olivier Professor of Education. She's won many, many awards. She's served in leadership roles in her field, such as the former president of the International Organization for Women and Mathematics Education. She's a member of the Royal Society of Arts in Great Britain, author of 18 books and numerous peer-reviewed research articles. She's also a White House presenter on women and girls, or she has. Here's a quote by Dr. Bowler that pretty much sums up the way her beliefs about math education. There are two versions of math in the lives of many Americans. The strange and boring subject that they encountered in classrooms, and an interesting set of ideas that is the math of the world, and is curiously different and surprisingly engaging. Our task is to introduce this second version to today's students, get them excited about math, and prepare them for their future. So let's take a look at some of her major contributions to the field, taken from several research articles and a couple of her books that I've read. Her earliest research was on ability grouping and the inequities caused by it for all students. Tracking, she found, gives some benefit to higher achieving students, but disproportionate negative effects to lower tracked students. Tracking results in mathematics disaffection, the word she used in the study, for both lower tracked students as well as higher tracked students. And what I mean by that is that a lot of lower track students actually felt like they were being made to go too slow. They felt like they knew where they were because people thought they were stupid and had low expectations. And so they were miserable and did not learn. On the other side of the spectrum, there are also problems in the higher track students because of the pace of the lessons, the pressure to succeed. And of the 1/3 of students that had problems with the higher tracking, the more high-achieving female students were disadvantaged when compared to their male peers. One of her most famous, probably her most well-known studies have been around the idea of mathematics learning and teaching and changing the mindset of mathematics. For example, there's no such thing as a math person. Mathematics, above all other subjects, is the one that's traditionally been thought of as having a high bar of entry at any sort of achievement level. And it is not true. Her research shows that with an open mind, the proper professional development, students across, for the teachers, that students achieve better results, especially disadvantaged students, girls, and emerging bilinguals. She also found through her studies that visual thinking, visual learning is not just for small children and special needs students. The neuroscience shows that visual representations for mathematics are important for learning in other subjects as well as math, especially tech-related subjects. She also is well known for advocating for going deeper into math at a slower pace and getting away from the speed with which a lot of students think they have to do math, and collaboration as opposed to a lot of competition one-on-one. As a matter of fact, she found that students who are computationally quick are often the worst at understanding the concepts that are being taught. Students benefit from an approach, to quote Dr. Bowler, that centers creativity and deep thinking over speed. She also did another study on equity in mathematics, how to make mathematics competitions more accessible to young women and more enticing to them. And what she found was that when mathematics competitions, once almost solely attended by males, include collaborative problem solving, using modeling, and being given the freedom to puzzle out how to solve the problem, more women are engaged, experience enjoyment, and are successful, sometimes profoundly so. What's the impact of Dr. Bowler's research on the field of education? There have been 48 million visits to her website, ucubed.org. That website has grown exponentially since the very first time I saw it as a credential candidate at Cal State East Bay. It's full of lessons, videos, courses, seminars, math tasks, most of it free, to improve the state of mathematics education around the world. Dr. Bowler's written 18 books, many research articles in peer-reviewed literature as well as academic, as well as just academic articles in teaching magazines, that aren't necessarily scientific peer-reviewed, but are nonetheless trade articles, if you will. And 20 is the number of countries that Dr. Bowler's books are published in. One last quote from Dr. Bowler. The most productive classrooms are those in which students work on complex problems, are encouraged to take risks, and can struggle and fail and still feel good about working on hard problems. With that, thank you very much. Credit to Slides Carnival and all of their free resources. Thank you for listening.